Okay, let's talk about something wild going on with Shadur Sanders. He's a rookie quarterback who looked amazing in his first NFL preseason game, but now he's fourth on the team's list. That's super weird, right? I mean, Shedeur was out there throwing the ball like a pro, moving fast, and leading his team like he was born for it. Everyone thought he was starter material. But instead of being behind just the main guys, he's stuck behind players who didn't even play, some because they're hurt. It's not just the list that's got people talking. It's the timing. A sudden injury nobody really explains, and the coach is giving super vague answers. It feels strange. Right when everyone on social media was hyping Shedeur up, sharing his awesome plays and calling him a steal for the Browns, things changed. Suddenly, he's got this injury. His practice time stopped, and the team got super quiet. So, who's making these calls? Are they really just trying to keep a young player safe? Or are they trying to keep Shedeur out of the spotlight? Some people, like a super loud Stephen A. Smith, think it's the second one. And when you put all the weird stuff together, you kind of start to wonder, is this really about helping him grow as a player? Or is someone trying to make sure Shedeur doesn't get too much attention too fast? Because one thing's clear. Someone doesn't want him playing right now. And it's not because of how he played. You don't need to know tons about football to see it. Shedeur was awesome. In his first game, he stayed calm, made smart choices, and handled pressure like a champ. From start to finish, he looked like he belonged. Fans were going crazy. Analysts loved his moves. And even the haters had to admit, he was shining. But then the team's list came out, and it wasn't just bad, it was confusing. Shedeur wasn't second or even third, he was fourth, behind guys who didn't play or were hurt. How does that even work? You play an almost perfect game in your first try, and you're told to wait way at the back? That's when people started asking questions. Because from what we saw, Shedeur didn't mess up. He stood out. So if the Browns aren't acting like it, maybe it's not about how he played at all. Maybe it's something totally different. Just days after Shedeur lit up the field and got half the fans cheering for him, the story flipped. Out of nowhere, we hear he's got arm soreness. Not a big injury, just something small. Something that'll be fine in a day or two. No details, no big medical news. Just enough to keep him off the field. Right when fans wanted more of him, and analysts were asking why he wasn't moving up. That timing, it didn't feel like bad luck. It felt planned. Then it turned into an oblique strain, and suddenly the team's like, we're being careful. We don't want to risk anything. Risk what? Lots of quarterbacks play through worse, especially young guys trying to show what they've got. But Shedeur, he didn't get that chance. Every bit of his big moment got shut down fast. Some people started wondering, is this injury even real? Or is it a way to slow down all the excitement about him? And that's when someone big spoke up. When Stephen A. Smith gets involved, things get loud. And this was no different. On TV, with tons of people watching, he didn't just question what the Browns were doing. He called them out. Big time. No holding back. Stephen A. said this wasn't just a coach's choice. He thinks it's a setup. He said Coach Kevin Stefanski pushed the Shedeur's hurt story to stop all the hype. Why? Because if Shedeur kept playing like that, the team would have to move him up, and maybe even let him compete for real. But he didn't stop there. He said maybe the team's boss is behind it, and Stefanski's just doing what he's told. If Shedeur got too popular too fast, it could mess up their plans for other quarterbacks. It was a big claim, but as more stuff happened, it started to feel less like a crazy idea, and more like it might be true. If there was any doubt something weird was happening, the team's list cleared it up. Even after Shedeur's awesome game, one of the best by any quarterback in preseason, he was stuck at fourth. Not second, not third, fourth. Even weirder? At least two of the guys ahead of him, like Dillon Gabriel and Kenny Pickett, were hurt. They barely practiced or didn't play at all. But somehow, they're still ahead of Shedeur. How does a rookie play better than almost everyone, make smarter moves than expected, and still end up behind guys who didn't even show up. That's just not logical. Coach Kevin Stefanski went on the mic saying it's all about helping players grow and treating everyone the same. But after seeing the list and watching Shedeur's game, fans weren't buying it. This didn't feel like growth. It felt like he was placed there on purpose. People started thinking, did the Browns always plan to keep him at the bottom, no matter how good he was? Because if this was really about who played best, it's clear. The math isn't adding up. Here's the deal. Maybe this isn't just about who plays quarterback. Maybe it's not even about football. As time went on, fans and experts started asking, what if the Browns don't want Shedeur to do well? At least not yet. Because if he shines, it could cause problems they don't want to deal with. Think about it. Shedeur isn't just a good player. He's Deion Sanders' son, one of the biggest names in sports. He's already got a huge spotlight on him. So if he keeps playing great, what happens? News stories, fans wanting him to play, reporters asking questions, drama about why he's not starting. That kind of attention can mess up a team's plans, especially if you're a coach trying to keep players happy, manage the team, and deal with team politics. So instead of letting all that happen, maybe the team's trying to control the story early. Keep Shedeur quiet. Make his progress seem small. Say it's all part of the plan. But that plan? It's starting to go wrong. So what's the big picture here? If Shedeur's playing great, and the coaches are saying everyone's treated the same, but he's still being held back, what's really going on? There are a few ideas, and none of them are simple. One idea is this is just normal NFL stuff. The Browns have other quarterbacks with big contracts or higher draft picks. Moving a rookie from the 5th round up too fast, that shakes things up. It says the older guys aren't good enough, and that could make the team tense or make the bosses look bad. Basically, moving Shedeur up means admitting the list is wrong. Another idea goes deeper, into keeping things quiet. Shedeur doesn't just bring skills, he brings attention, cameras, questions. And Deion Sanders. That means more pressure. For a team like the Browns that likes to stay low-key, maybe they're not ready for that. Maybe they want to delay the spotlight, even if it means holding back a star. Or maybe it's even easier than that. Maybe the people in charge never planned to let him move up, no matter how good he was. And when how you look matters more than how you play, football turns into a game of politics. This might have been easy to miss. Just another rookie not getting much playing time. But fans, they see it, and they're not staying quiet. When the Browns' second preseason game happened and Shedeur wasn't even out there, things got crazy. The same fans who loved him a week ago started demanding answers. On X, in comments, and all over sports talks, people were asking, why isn't he on the field? What happened to the best player gets to play? Why are hurt guys ranked higher than someone who showed up? To a lot of people, it didn't feel like a one-time thing anymore. It felt like a pattern. 1 week, Shedeur's one of the best quarterbacks in the league's preseason. The next week, he's benched with a fuzzy injury and dropped on the list. People reacted fast. Reddit was full of posts. YouTube videos of Shedeur's game started getting millions of views. Fans compared him to other rookies who got moved up fast, wondering why this guy, with these results, was being treated like he didn't matter. The vibe changed. This wasn't just quiet wondering anymore. It was a big deal. Right now, the whole thing with Shadur Sanders isn't just confusing, it's fishy. From the outside, it looks like a great player is being punished for being too good, too fast, and every move the Browns make just makes people more suspicious. Here's what we know. Shedeur played super well in his first game. Calm, accurate, and awesome. The next week, he's suddenly hurt, with no clear details, short timelines, and no real updates. Even though he outplayed others, he's stuck at 4th behind guys who are hurt themselves. He didn't get to play in the second preseason game, even when fans and experts were super excited about him. And behind it all, carefully worded press talks, weird answers from the coach, and no clear explanations. Then come the ideas. Is this a big plan to bring him along slowly and avoid a media storm? Or is it a sneaky way to protect someone else's spot on the team? Maybe someone with more money or history. Could it be personal? Is this about keeping Deion Sanders from being a big deal in the pros through his son? Or, as Stephen A. said, is this a full-on plan from the bosses? A trick to calm down a player whose shine got too bright too fast? Nobody's saying it's a big plot out loud, but nobody's giving clear answers either. And when how you play doesn't match where you're ranked, and silence takes the place of truth, you're left with one thing: questions. When you take away all the news, the press talks, the vague updates, and the carefully made list, you're left with one simple fact. Shadur Sanders deserves better. More chances to play, more credit for his skills, more shots to show what he can do. His game should have opened doors. Instead, it feels like the moment he stepped up, the Browns closed 3 more behind him. Now, fans are watching closely, not just because they like Shedeur, but because they know something's off. The Browns can say it's strategy. They can say it's caution. But every time they hold him back, they make people wonder more, talk more, and push harder. And let's be real, this isn't just about football anymore. This is about controlling the story, team power, and what it means when talent gets ignored without a reason. If this really wasn't a big deal, if this really wasn't planned, then why does every move feel so careful, so nervous, so controlled? Until the Browns let Shedeur compete fairly and show his skills on the field, fans are going to keep asking questions, and the talk about what's really going on will just get louder. So now we're asking you, what do you think is happening behind the scenes? Is this just careful planning, or something sneakier? Are the Browns protecting Shedeur, or protecting themselves? Share your thoughts in the comments.